guys, what's up? My name is Emmy Lou and I am a medium. I have been a medium for 7 years now. Today I'm going to be reacting to this like viral TikTok ghost story thingy. I'm going to react to the original first. I'm going to react to the ghost stories that follow. Spooky. I haven't seen any of these videos, but the time frame on them range from like 3 minutes to like 10 minutes sometimes. So this might be a longer video, so go get a snack, go get something to drink, and come listen to some scary ghost stories with me. I'm excited. I love hearing other people's ghost stories. Oh, I should get a snack.
Will somebody get a Happy Meal?
Also, while we watch these, I'm going to be turning this Rempod on. Why not? If it goes off, like how cool. I'm excited. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Are we going to be watching true ghost stories? I'm so excited. Okay. I just got so excited to watch these. We're going to watch the original one first.
Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. I'll go first. When I was 8 years old, my family and I moved to a small town in the Midwest, and it was a farm town. It was built in like the early 1800s. I think it was part of like the Homestead Act or something. And it was, had a bunch of acres, a barn that had burnt down. Like it was an active farm back then. Lots of history. People definitely passed away on the property, that we knew for sure. And man, it wasn't like very obvious as a child. I was super intuitive and I didn't know what to do with that intuition. So I naturally got a Ouija board. And of course, I dragged along my best friend and my sister and a couple other times, a couple other friends on this Ouija board journey, where we would go and sit at the top of the stairs to the basement, and we would turn all the lights off and turn candles on and then ask this thing questions, and it responded. And I don't tell people the story. Cool. It sounds psycho. The fact that other people are there to verify all of these things and validate gives me inner peace, but I don't tell people. But it worked. And unlike what I thought would happen when it would move, even when we'd lift all of our hands off of it, it's still moving, is how aggressively it moved. It wasn't gentle. It was like very sharp. And so much time would pass when we were in there talking to this entity as well. Like we would think 10 minutes went by and it would be 2 hours. Like insane. Being little kids, we wanted to know questions and answers like, who are we going to marry when we grow up? Or how many kids are we going to have? Or just questions like that. And every single time we start, it would give us answers at first, like, and it would tell us about itself. We would say like, what's your name? And it would just say demon, D-E-M-O-N, like over and over again. When we would ask questions about me, at first it would like give us answers, and then it would just spell bitch repeatedly, B-I-T-C-H, B-I-T-C-H, B-I-T-C-H. Horrifying. Like any question about me.
That's like horror movie.
So sorry if I seem lackluster. I already told this whole story and it deleted. It was so freaky. Also having like visuals of like hands reaching towards the planchette, like in the candlelight flicker. This entity gave us details saying that it was like buried in the cemetery. A cemetery that was like local, like the name was legit. It gave us like, I think it either gave us a plot number or it was just like the last name. And we did go there, and what we found was crazy.
What'd you find? Oh, maybe in a part 2 of this, I'm gonna have to go look. What a cliffhanger. I'm not really the biggest fan of Ouija boards. Not that I'm scared of them. I have one literally right there. I'm like, why would you do that when there's so many better options? Like, is that a demon or was that just an 1800 century douchebag that was like, these little kids in my fucking house? Like, I'm gonna scare them. They might just be fucking with you. I totally believe her, but she said it was moving on its own, so. Move. Can you move? Move.
That sounds crazy, so buckle up. I celebrated a birthday a couple weeks ago, and it's the first birthday that my dad has not been here for, and that was really hard, but it is what it is. And my mom got me a little Build-A-Bear with his voice in it. Like the little clicky thing was his voice. And it was so sweet and adorable, and so we're all sitting at the kitchen table having a lovely time, listening to his voice. And all of a sudden, one of his toy fire trucks goes off in the other room. Never once have I heard this thing go off in my life. The siren goes off, the lights go off.
Oh, I love this so much.
I didn't know they had batteries in them. My dad never turned them on like that. So it was so creepy. And like we weren't talking at the table, like we were just sitting there like listening to his voice, and then all of a sudden his thing lights up from the other room. And we recorded it all. So, check it out and let me know what you think.
Do you want a big piece? How big do you want?
Hey kiddo, hope you're doing well. I'm feeling much better now, so whenever you can, just come visit
Shut up.
No way.
No, this is so sweet. That is such a sign. Like, that should have been so comforting.
That has not worked. That has not
Am I
worked.
weird? I would have been so comforted by that. I would have been like, Dad's here. Like, oh my God. Stop, it's gonna make me emotional. That is so sweet. I love that. That was definitely Dad visiting. Oh my God, that was the best video ever. And I love that she had like, how sweet. I loved that so much.
So my mom, my dad, my sister, and her newborn baby had just moved to this small town. It's called the Oddfellows Home. This building was built, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think in 1893. So very, very old. It's been a hospital for the mentally ill, the physically ill. I think at one point it was an orphanage. So this town has been around for a while. For the entirety of my mom's life, she's always had a lot of supernatural experiences. She's been very intuitive. So right when we moved in, she kind of sensed that there was some sort of entity or spirit, and we always thought it was kind of a childlike spirit just because it was more so playful, and it just played a lot of pranks. It never really threatened us or our safety or anything. This activity happened in this room, which was the baby's nursery room. Now this bedroom was actually a Jack and Jill bedroom, so there was a bathroom connecting these two bedrooms that were right next to each other, and this bathroom is probably where the most creepy thing ever happened. My sister got out of the shower and saw this on the mirror. Now, mind you, she was the only person in the house. My dad was visiting family in Iowa. My mom was on a work trip. I was down here in Texas with my husband. And at this point, she had been alone in the house, just her and her newborn, for a week. This was the last day of the week that she was alone. And she takes a shower, and she gets out of the shower, and she sees this on the mirror.
What does it even say?
This is kind of where we were validated in the fact that we thought this was a childlike spirit. Not only did it play pranks and kind of mess with us like that, but we think that this spells out Anna Bo Anna. And then there's 3 little stars. You can't really see that one, but there's 3 little stars underneath it. And this just really confirms that we were right in assuming that this might be a kid. As mentioned previously, my niece would, in the middle of the night, stand up in her crib and look out over the room and yell things like no and stay back. Lastly, probably the craziest thing. So it was just my mom, my sister, and the newborn. It was around the winter time, and there was about to be a big snowstorm. So my mom and my sister left the house to go run a bunch of errands before all the roads closed. They get back home with all the groceries, and they take out the groceries in the car, and they take all the bags and place them on the counter. Now, mind you, no food is put away, no groceries are put away. They just simply put the bags full of food on the counters, and they quickly realize that they forgot something. So they leave, they come back with the thing they forgot. When they walk in the front door, they see all of the food, all of the groceries that they brought in and kept in the bags are out of the bags, just haphazardly placed around the kitchen in the most random spots. And probably the weirdest, tiniest, creepy
put it away.
Story is the twist ties on loaves of bread.
That's creepy. That's spooky.
That was taken off of the bread, and it was placed on the edge of the counter.
Rude.
Up, just a little person with its little legs crossed.
That is some paranormal activity shit. I believe it's haunted. To leave and then come back, I wouldn't think ghost. I would immediately blame somebody. Been somebody's messing with us. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know. That's something you gotta experience it to believe it, I feel like. It feels like, yes, there was a haunting, but there was also somebody that was alive messing with you in the family.
My boyfriend and I had a spiritual attachment for 9 months. Started about a year ago when we went to see his family in South Carolina and go to a cemetery. We went with the siblings to play Find My Grave with a spirit box. Find My Grave is basically you ask the spirit box questions and see if the spirit guides you to their grave, basically gives you clues and whatever. So we start doing this, and all of a sudden we hear these music notes coming out of a spirit box that were going da-da, da-da, and that was kind of the spirit's answer as yes, so we would say, is your grave over here? It would go da-da, were you a man? Da-da, And then we were like, wait, were you a music teacher? And it goes, Donna. So that was pretty crazy. We walked all around the cemetery trying to find this spirit, very active with us. And then all of a sudden, everything went silent for like 25 minutes. So then we were kind of like, okay, whatever, maybe this is BS. So we started to nickname this guy Music Man throughout this whole thing. So we, at the end, decided to leave. And we were like, okay, bye, Music Man. And after 25 minutes of silence, it goes, Donna. And we were like, holy crap. We go home. I used to work in an art gallery, which I believe was haunted. So I turned on the spirit box. I was alone in the art gallery. And I was like, is there anybody here? Whatever. And the first thing that happens is Donna. So I felt a little unsettled, but I was like, okay, maybe there's something wrong with the spirit box. Like, this has just all been BS. Like, it's just like a malfunction in the spirit box or whatever. Until I go on another ghost investigation with a psychic that I trust, and I go with my boyfriend. Turn on the spirit box. Starts going, Donna. The psychic goes, I'm seeing 6 people in a cemetery going with a spirit box. I'm seeing like a really old cemetery. I'm seeing a lonely man. I'm seeing a lost grave. You have something with you. And we were like, whoa, how did you know how many people were with us? You're seeing a lost grave? And she's like, yes, you have someone with you. He really likes your energy. He died alone. Yada, yada, yada. And we're like, oh God. And so during this time, the spirit box is going, Donna, 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 Donna. Okay. Fast forward to our next ghost investigation. Okay. We are in Griffith Park. And I have this on camera. I will post it again so you can see. So we're doing a ghost investigation. We hear the Donna, Donna, Donna over and over again. And then finally, the spirit box says, and I have this on camera, Music Man. He started to identify what we were calling him, his nickname. And I start crying. I get really emotional. And I'm like, you know your name is Music Man. How? And then he finally speaks for the first time. And he has this accent. And he goes, I'm proud of it. Over and over again. I'm proud of it. And he goes, family and all this kind of stuff. And it made us really emotional. We do another ghost investigation. Okay, the Donna thing is happening. He also likes doing opera. He'll go, ah, ah. So he's like adding other music, but you know it's him. At this point, like, you know it's him. Okay, I don't even really know how to describe it. But anyway, so cool. He starts to send us a message. During this ghost investigation, and I have this all on camera, he says the number 34 at least 25 to 30 times. He keeps going 34, 34, 34, 34. And we're like, what are you trying to tell us? And he doesn't tell us what he's trying to say, okay? So then the next day, I'm going on an Instagram Live. I also have this on camera. And I turn on the spirit box and I'm telling my audience what was going on with the 34 thing. And all of a sudden, in front of everyone on the live, he starts saying 34, 34, 34. So many people saw this happening. And we're like, what does this number mean? What is going on? I looked at plot lines at the cemetery we were at. I looked at codes. I looked at angel numbers. And I looked at everything. And I still haven't found the real answer to what 34 was. My boyfriend's looking for something for me for Christmas. And I love the Misfits. They're like one of my favorite bands. And he is at a vintage store. And in the back of a rack is this shirt. No context. Misfits font. And it says Music Man. And he got it for me for Christmas. Okay, this is the shirt, Music Man. There's nothing, no more information about it anywhere on the shirt. It just says Music Man, okay?
I literally have goosebumps.
I go ghost investigating a store. I hear the Donna, and I'm like, hey, Music Man, like, whatever. And he goes, present, in his voice, in his, like, howdy voice. I'm going like, what? Like, what are you trying to say? So and he goes, Christmas present. He literally said Christmas present. He is such an intelligent spirit. And I know you guys are going to start saying like, oh, he's making it, whatever, blah, blah. No, he never was. No. Like, he felt in a weird way like family. And I'm not trying to like sound crazy. I got info about him from multiple psychics and they're like, no, he died alone. And like everyone I've told this story to feels like he was left on earth for some reason to learn a lesson, to figure out something, to be a part of something he wasn't a part of in his life. Like he wanted to experience something. And now I think we went to the Clown Motel and he was there with us. I have it all on camera too on my YouTube. And I'm like, oh, that's Music Man. He's going, Donna, dunno, whatever. He's like very reactive.
Oh my
And
god.
then all of a sudden,
how
after
amazing.
that investigation,
I want to play that game now.
he's gone. He hasn't
No.
talked to us since. And
No.
we're trying to wonder why, like what happened. And like sometimes we joke, we're like, oh, we miss him, whatever.
Because he
And I mean,
experienced,
obviously,
like,
like,
you know, the
no, it's
fame
not
and
good
stuff.
to like have an attachment around you all the time. But
Maybe he was ready to
we
move
wondered
on.
why, like, what was the moment? Like, why did he finally leave after 9 months of just trying to send us messages and being so responsive and being so aware of our lives? Like,
I'd be sad.
what
I would be so
lesson
sad
did
that he was
learn?
gone.
And that's what I'm still trying to figure out. And I don't care if you guys don't believe me or not, but this is a very real
believe
thing
you.
that
I
happened
believe
to
you.
me,
I've
and
had
I have
attachments
footage for
like that.
most of
I
this to
have
back
them
it
here,
up. So
actually.
if you're curious to learn more, or if you know anything about
Yeah.
why this happened or about the
No,
number
that's
34, like
crazy.
please let me know, because
I bet you he died when he was
this is
34.
what made me believe in the paranormal. It was him saying a Music Man on the spirit box.
Yeah.
Him sending us messages multiple times. The Christmas present thing at the end was just like so insane, and I'm still trying to just like figure it out, and I wish I knew the reason. But that's my story. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I appreciate it. And yes, this is the craziest paranormal story I have had so far.
To me, that just sounds like a man that passed away when he was probably 34 years old and was probably a big loner. He probably didn't like have a lot of family, or like secluded himself from family and stuff like that. And I think that's what he learned. Like, you know, he got you a Christmas present and was like around the family a lot. I feel like he was just very introverted, liked you, thought you were kind, probably didn't have probably didn't have like good people around him when he was alive and stuff like that, honestly. And he probably was ready to move on, you know? Oh, that was the sweetest story. Oh my god, I loved that. That made me want to go play that game in the cemetery. Ah, that's cute. Music Man, so cute, singing opera. Oh my god. My ass would be just like so excited. I'd be so sad that he was gone. I'd be like, I miss you. Oh my gosh, I love hearing other people's ghost stories. That is like so fun. I love it. I like itched a part of my brain that like I can't itch. Okay. Alrighty guys, well if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I love making it and it really helps out my channel. And I'm sending all love and light and positive energy to you guys. You will never have negative energy on my channel. I will not let it get to you, okay? It'll stop here before it gets on the screen. So do not be afraid to watch my stuff, okay? I got you. I got your back. Alright guys, well I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, night, morning, whenever you are watching this. And I love you guys. Bye.